All right. Test, test,
Test.
test, test.
There is some new conspiracy theories out there around social media. It's really fascinating what people come up with. So I know you haven't heard this yet here, so I just caught this today. Some people believe. Now you heard about the horrible, terrible Maui wildfires that's been raging. It raged through Hawaii.
Yes.
It's killed at least 100 people. Unfortunately, there's 1,000 people still missing. So I'm sure the death toll, unfortunately, is going to rise. So it was just a horrible. It's the worst national fire in many, many, many years, as far as
horrible
destruction and death and everything like that. So around all this tragedy, you have people who are looking for opportunities to make it some type of a conspiracy theory. So some people are claiming that the fires were caused by a secret energy weapon.
What?
So, there's a conspiracy about energy weapon. The one that predominantly is spreading on X, former Twitter.
Sure, of course.
It showed an image that some incorrectly claimed was Maui. In reality, the image shows a flare set off on a controlled burn in Canton, Ohio, in 2018.
Right in our backyard.
That's right. So, first of all, I want your thoughts on this conspiracy theory, first of all.
Well, I'm going to, I will give my thoughts while you take a drink of water.
Yes, I'm sorry, I'm drying out here. I apologize.
No, it's just stupid. First of all, if you start your conspiracy theory with a video that has nothing to do with it, like incorrect information right off the bat, you lose credibility.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I enjoy a good conspiracy theory as much as the next guy. If they're true or not, it's fun to see the wacky shit that people, like you said, can think of.
Mm-hmm.
This is silly. The one actually conspiracy theory I thought, or I had heard, is like people listed all these celebrities' homes that didn't get burned. So what's going on with that? All these celebrities, their houses are safe. And one of the guys called out Obama. He said, Barack Obama's house, it didn't get burnt down, and everybody's else did. What happened? And the response correctly was because his house is on another island in Hawaii. Hawaii is made up of multiple islands. So that shows you the lack of knowledge it takes to start something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It's just stupid. Yeah.
Another lesson, like we learned with prior, January 6th, et cetera, it's easy to rile up dumb people, in my opinion.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Now, don't get me wrong.
Go ahead, please.
No, go ahead. Because there's something actually. No, you do it, because to finish my statement, I have to look up something. Go ahead.
Well, this will get into our Ask an Idiot question of the week here, too, and you can certainly talk more about the Maui conspiracy theory, too, but there's been a lot of crazy conspiracy theories over the years. So in our Ask an Idiot segment here, I'm interested to know, what are one or some of the most ridiculous conspiracy theories? This could be one of them.
Honestly, when I was telling you about it, mm-hmm. That is the question I was honestly going to text you today.
There you go. We had the same
because
thought.
I was listening to a podcast. I can't remember what it was, and she was reading off this conspiracy that McDonald's is part of the Illuminati. It was the most absurd thing. Like, it was funny. Like, and the person reading it even said, "This is silly." You have to. Any conspiracy theory, you have to at least start with facts, or back up with facts, or do some research on your own while listening to this stuff. And she clearly didn't believe it. She was just reading it as a funny story. But there's a comedian, I can't remember his name right now, but he has a joke I heard on Instagram the other day, and he said, all these people that, and I'm butchering it, I'm paraphrasing here, but all these conspiracy theories, the people that say I don't believe in any of these conspiracy theories. He goes, "You're telling me the government is telling you the truth 1,000% of the time?"
Mm-hmm.
You're like, "Oh, okay, well, all right, that's a good point." And he goes, I only have one kid to deal with, and they have the government has all these people to deal with, and I lie to my son all the time. So, again, stuff like that, but very funny. But it's a good point. Is all of these conspiracy theories are not all of them, but a lot of them are on the side of ridiculous. But there are some that are believable. There are some that I believe.
Okay, so let's get into that a little bit. What are some of that you may believe?
Oh,
And what are some that you think are just crazy, ridiculous, and no way?
well, McDonald's being a part of the Illuminati, I do not believe in. That might be the most silliest thing I've ever heard. The one I do believe in wholeheartedly is the John F. Kennedy assassination.
How so?
Just all the evidence that I have, read up on and heard about and watched videos and whatever research or whatever you could possibly do, and all the information that's come out, I find it. I do not believe that one lone gunman killed the president that day.
Yeah.
The science is not there. I don't know who did it. I couldn't tell you. There's a lot of theories, but I do not believe that one lone gunman, and then 2 days later he's killed by a dying man who takes that to his grave. Come on. So that's my number one.
Mm-hmm.
What about you?
I agree with you. I agree with you there as far as a one that I do buy into. One of the craziest one is fairly recent. The whole QAnon thing is fascinating.
Yes.
Fascinating. And it sounds like somebody was out there and just, it feels like I'm just going to see how far I could take this and how crazy.
Did you ever see the documentary?
I have not seen the documentary.
On HBO. It's crazy. I think the guy does pretty good at finding out who actually started QAnon.
Okay.
You have to watch it. I think it's on HBO or something like that.
I'll look
it's fascinating. Yeah.
Yeah, it's just what people believe in with that conspiracy theory is just so unbelievably strange. And not only are you going to replace a former president and all that, well, that's one thing, but when you're getting into things like the dead son, John F. Kennedy Jr. is going to return. He's not really dead.
People showed up on Dealey Plaza in Dallas, Texas, on that day that he was supposed to return and waited for John F. Kennedy Jr. to appear.
Wow.
It is insane.
And again, you wonder if people are just like stepping back, putting this stuff out there and laughing and seeing what they can get people to do.
Sure,
it's really fascinating and dangerous.
Yes.
Frankly.
Well, January 6th is a proof of that.
Right. So that's the first one that came to mind as far as it's a crazy, nutty one. Do you have any other ones that come to mind that you buy into a little bit or just as crazy to you? Anything else?
Government and UFOs, baby.
Sure.
I 1,000% believe that the government knows about UFOs and has some in their possession from previous crash sites and whatever. 1,000%. There is, again, evidence can be faked. Different videos can be fake, doctored, but there's some, especially just recently, with the government releasing them themselves and then having the hearings. The government knows and has these crafts and or beings with them. So, and I mean, some of the stories are wild that you can dismiss, like that Eisenhower met with the aliens, right?
Mm-hmm.
And if you ever heard that story, that's fun. I'm on the verge of kind of believing that. Maybe more of that I want to believe that because that's such a fantastical story and it explains everything else going forward from that point. So, I don't know. That's fun. So I enjoy the alien conspiracy theories.
I buy into that as well. I mean, certainly it's, I'm sure that the government has more information than they've let on. No question about it. And we've talked about it on prior episodes as well. And we'll talk more. We'll get my friend, physicist Tim back on here, TAF, I think we called him. To talk more about that. But without question, I'm sure they have they're releasing information out there a little by little to not flip everybody out and kind of test the waters.
Sure,
I could buy into that. I could buy into that stuff. All right, okay. Anything else? Conspiracy theories, Dean?
Those are my two favorite ones. Some of the other ones just kind of like when you first hear any conspiracy theory is presented in such a way that's plausible upon first hearing it. Mm-hmm. Unless you're the McDonald's Illuminati theory, then immediately you're laughing, going, "This is bullshit." But the 9/11 that the government
that's another one. Yes, right.
Upon hearing it, you go, "Oh my god, is that real? Holy shit!" But then you take your logic brain, put it back on, and then listen to more of the facts and go, "Okay, I can understand what they're trying to get from that, but that's not what that is." That type of situation.
Yeah, that's a good one too. Right. I'm pretty sure the U.S. government did not purposely crash airlines into the World Trade Center in order to start a war with Iran.
Some of them are so silly, like the idea that those planes weren't even real, that they were holograms, and they went in. The holograms went into the building, and then they blew it up, and just, oh my god, it's just absurd.
Yeah, all the theories about how the buildings fell and how it wasn't possible.
Somebody said to pull them, meaning that's a term used when you're blowing up construction sites. That pull it and So stuff like that is just absurd.
I mean, fun ones for me are the small ones, like a certain, like Elvis is maybe alive and things like that. Those are fun. I don't believe it, but Elvis was actually alive. Michael Jackson was alive. I don't know.
Brian, did you watch Home Alone and see Elvis?
Yes.
Behind
in the
mother?
Airport.
Come on.
No, the bus terminal. Excuse me, the bus terminal.
Yeah, at the bus terminal. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right, real quick, I want to interrupt. Mm-hmm. Ron Funches is the comedian who did that bit.
Okay.
About the conspiracies. If you don't know who Ron Funches is, he is incredibly hilarious. Look him up, Google it, YouTube, whatever you need to do. Ron Funches is hilarious.
Okay. Very good.
Hey, did you like that video? You know you did, and we know you did. So stop screwing around and go like that video, subscribe to our channel, and join us for some more.